Did you and your wife ever go to family court with your kids before you became self-aware? No, we didn't. We did separate, and she did take my daughter. So when younger, I thought all the attention was love, but as I grew older, I started to see the controlling. Yeah, a lot of times narcissists will covertly control you by all the attention and being together like 24/7. Okay. She did take my daughter. Yes, they both left. So when they finally left, they both left. Strategy of a narcissist owes you money. Go make money somewhere else. Sorry. Like, I don't know another way to be able to put it, because typically if you've given or lent money to a narcissist, unless you have documented proof that that came from you and you can take them to court, you're probably never going to get it back. Unless you run a giant smear campaign and like expose it everywhere, they possibly, but it's a very, very, very small percentage that you get the money back ever. Okay. What was the wake up call that made you realize you were a narcissist? So I didn't have necessarily one. It was more like I normally describe it as like a giant puzzle. And as I started figuring out and overturning some of the pieces, I started to realize that when I put that puzzle together, it spelled narcissism. So like for me, it was all little steps. It was like understanding like personalities. So DISC personality, Myers-Briggs, Enneagram, Strengths Finder, like understanding like I'm different, I connect different, I don't have the same amount of empathy, like understanding like, wait a second, how do I identify with shame? What is shame? What is emotional intelligence? All this stuff started popping up of like, okay, now I'm starting to learn this. Being with someone who is BPD and narcissistic traits, one of the affairs, like that woke me up in some aspects. Going through Wake Up Warrior, the 30-day challenge, and being confronted with the lies that I believe and the lies that I put out there for everyone else to see, like that was another wake up piece. Doing EMDR, doing a sexual addiction intensive. There's a lot of different pieces that kind of like came together to slowly kind of spell that out. Okay. My narcissist ex doesn't post online, and after a year apart, he's posting a new supply and gave her what I waited for. Since the posting wasn't immediate, could have been to get my attention. 100%. You need to make sure that you're actually like blocking and not looking, because when you look, what you're doing is pain shopping. Typically what happens when you pain shop with looking at a narcissist social media after you've already been with them is you're typically like not feeling, and you're like, I'm not feeling, so I need to find, and you get that hit by looking. Or you're feeling so much, you think if you look, then that'll subside. It does for a period of time. It goes right back. It's almost like an addiction model when you're pain shopping, looking at narcissist stuff, okay, after you've broken up. I had to force my ex covert to pay for half of our cat medical bills. He used money. Yeah, absolutely. Trying to see. Me and my NPD ex played for the same football team. She ended up moving in with our coach and his wife, started the biggest smear campaign. The coach kicked me off the team. How do I get justice? If the coach is unwilling to actually like understand what's going on or willing to hear your side, you're not going to get this type of justice that you're looking for. Instead, you need to focus on how do you get healing and how do you get growth? Because you get so wrapped up in the aspect of justice or trying to make that person pay or get karma or anything like that, that you'll miss a giant aspect of life, and that's called you. Your healing, your growth, your development. Okay. How do you know if a covert narcissist is aware that they have NPD, that they just don't care? So there's either the aspect of they're aware and they don't care, or they're not aware and they don't care. Okay. But at the end of the day, like what you look at is you look at a demonstration of their actions to be able to see if they actually care or if they don't. At the end of the day, there's a lot of narcissists that are aware, but they're unwilling to change. And like either way, like I would say that's worse. Like if you have an aware narcissist that's still not change, that still doesn't want to change, like that's even worse because it gets a lot more malicious. Okay. Yeah. If you guys haven't had a chance to be able to see the NARC app, we go live every single Monday night inside of there, but it is not on any of these platforms. It's in a Zoom session where we can do breakouts where you can get involved with other people and then their community to help understand what's actually going on in your relationship, in those things going on. We bring in coaches from outside to help you in your healing journey. This happens every single month. And we also have teaching times. We have times where my wife comes live inside the NARC app and shares. You can go to narcapp.com. It stands for Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Community, NARCAPP, narcapp.com. Check that out. Okay. CPS is investing in my narcissistic ex, and now he's questioning my child 24/7. Suggestions. Where are you guys at as far as like custody? Like, do you have custody? Does he have custody? Is it 50-50? What's that actually look like? I need to get my trust back in men again. I would focus on your trust in you again first. Like I wouldn't even focus on that about it being I need to get this for this. I would focus on you. Do you know who you are? Do you know your vision? Do you know your values? Do you know your purpose? Do you know why you're here on the planet? Do you know the direction you're supposed to go? If you don't know those things, then you need to pull back and be like, forget finding trust in them. I need to find trust in myself. I need to find that confidence in myself first. Okay. My narcissistic husband was treating me terrible, then apologized immediately. After apologizing, he took my car, used drugs, and took the money out of the bank. I feel like this was intentional stress. Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of that is a sedation method to be able to help handle the stuff that they're doing to you. I set boundaries up with my ex-husband, and he now blames me for what has happened. He's the one that committed adultery and fornication. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's all on him, and you have to remind yourself of that because it's going to be easy to doubt that at times. Narc app, narcapp.com. Narc app, narcapp, yeah, .com. 50-50, but he works at the school. Oh gosh, okay, that's crazy. With that, it's gonna be like really, really hard to be able to do much with it. I would say like be really transparent with CPS, like keep as much data as you can, document every freaking thing you can think of. Like I have people that they walk into court like with a binder of like screenshots of communication, everything like that, to be able to show like, hey, you're not crazy. And hey, this is what's been going on. Like you need to be able to make sure that you're backfilled and you're okay. Okay. Why do narcissists get out of making people think they are still in the relationship? We have a 6-month-old. Shame of leaving the kids. Why do they get out of making like they don't want people to think that they're in a relationship? Like they're trying to like hide that they're in it or out of it. Sorry, I'm trying to understand that one. What would you recommend to help build trust with yourself and others after it's been completely broken? Is that, and you'll see that actually coming up and be advertised here about like the last week of January. That'll be something we'll be running because the 45-day challenge is to actually help you take back your power, heal, grow, change, and develop. And there's a lot of really good content in there. There's people that are going through right now that have been getting an immense amount of help from it to be able to just open up their perspective of who they are, of what direction they're going. Starting on like your very basic level is like start journaling, start finding you, start understanding the truth of the situation because narcissist typically takes that away. Okay.